Welcome to Made in Laredo, a podcast showcasing the remarkable individuals whose careers were launched in Laredo, Texas, and are now making a name for themselves locally, nationally, and even globally in some cases. Our first guest recently appeared on Telemundo's Miss Universe Latina El Reality, where she gained international attention on a global stage. She went on to compete in and was crowned the 2025 Giovanni It Girl. She's represented Tamaulipas, Mexico in the Miss Universe Mexico pageant in 2024. She's the CEO of her own modeling studio, a graduate of Texas A&M International University, and now she's back home in Laredo for now as the host of Hola, which is a local lifestyle show on KGNS. Please help me welcome Marcela Delgado. What's up, Marceli?
What a wonderful introduction. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Is it wrong? Was it all correct?
That was all.
A lot more of your story, and we'll get into that. But first of all, thank you for being the first guest on
Thank you for having me.
Laredo, and we're honored to feature you. And you've been up to a whole lot lately. Obviously, the reality show on Telemundo, and I'm gonna guess that that's changed your life quite a bit.
It has. It has. This year has been like so big for me career wise. I feel like I've grown so much. And it's crazy because I was thinking like, if everything's been so fast, I just graduated last year and then this happened, one thing after the other, and I'm like, is this even happening? Like, can you pinch nudge? If it's real. But no, thank you, Ruben, for having me. Honestly, I'm so happy.
Well, for some context, and we did work together, and I call you Marcelita because when you said it Crawford, yeah, I call you Marcelita. I don't think I can call you Marcelita anymore now that you're world famous. And you really are world famous, and we'll talk about that. But I want to kind of start at the beginning because you own a modeling studio. So all of this was before you were in the reality show. So this has been your life. This isn't just something that happened recently. So I want you to go back as a child. When did you start getting that whiff of, I like this? Do you remember?
You know what? It's so crazy because just yesterday I had a photo shoot for a cover magazine that's coming up this next month. I'm really excited about it. But when I was younger, I've always had a love for cameras and editing and everything that had to do with like editing videos, editing photos. When I was younger, Ruben, I was like probably 8 years old. I have an Instagram account. Back then, Instagram isn't what it is today. I mean, right now, Instagram is like a whole different market. You can market yourself, and it's so much. But back then, it was like very, very different. And I was like 9 years old, and I would post like, okay, this is a how to edit this kind of video tutorial. So I built a community on Instagram. Keep in mind, I was 9. Yeah, at 9. Like my parents did not know anything of this. I was talking to strangers. I mean, don't talk to strangers, please. Not when you're that young, but I wouldn't tell them because I didn't want them to like get mad at me, and I would fear that. But I had that Instagram account, and it went so big. It grew so much to like 100K followers.
Really?
And then back then, VS Girl, those apps like Afterlight, Magic Hour, the app developers or the marketing team, they would reach out to me through email. Keep in mind, I was 9, right? And they would ask me like if I could post them, if I could promote them on that Instagram. And the way I would charge them, because I didn't have like a credit card or a debit card. I would ask them for like
Bank account.
exactly, just a child. I would ask them for iTunes gift card, ask for gift cards.
Serious?
No,
Parents had no idea you were
me had no idea.
zero.
Zero idea.
Okay, but I'm interested because I thought you were going to say, oh, I remember wanting to be on camera and modeling and things like that. So your interest was really in the
Behind the scene, in the editing.
Wait, were these videos of you?
Yeah. I mean, I was posting, like, I would screen record my screen and all that stuff. I even had a YouTube channel. I would distort my voice. Like, I would change my voice so that way when I was giving the tutorial, they wouldn't recognize it was me. It's so funny. I built a community, and it got to the point where there were so many people following and so many people commenting, and they wanted like, post now, post now, post now. I had to get other people to help me. So I built a community, and I met so many wonderful, which are now my friends, but back then they still live in Peru, in Venezuela, in Ciudad de Mexico, in Monterrey, in Bolivia, Laura de Bolivia. And it's crazy because we would like text every day. They became my best friends. Keep in mind, we were all like around the same age. Like it's crazy, I know. But they would help me and they would post. And I met them through that online Instagram community through like the editing and posting and all that stuff. So, I mean, back then when I was younger, I kind of like loved the media already, but more like on the producer side, you can say. Then Snapchat came in to play. You remember like the Snapchat? That was one of those that would use like the doggy filter.
So 9 at this point, you getting older.
No, I'm already like in middle school.
So let me back up a little bit. So you have this community going on with you now. How much were you making in Starbucks coffee cards?
Like the iTunes cards, probably like 100, 150.
For a 9-year-old?
Yeah, for a 9-year-old. It was like, for me, I always flex because every ringtone that came up, I had it. Like every app, I had all the characters. The one is.
Your parents not find out.
I don't
You
know.
already had this community, they didn't know?
No, they did not know about anything. It was until I moved to middle school that I really wanted to meet a friend I met online. You know, she was helping me with the account and all that stuff. And I had to open up to my parents, and I was like, yeah, you guys know what? Like, yeah, I really want to move her. She was probably like 10 at that time. And I was already like in my 12th. Yeah, I was already like 12. And I was like, I really want to meet her. She's from Monterrey, you know, and all that stuff. And they were like, wait, what? And I was like, yes, like we can meet at the mall in the Mall del Norte, at the Starbucks there. I was like, she's coming. So she's from Monterrey, so she comes often. But I didn't know that when I first met her, you know. It was until we opened up and I was like, okay, where are you from? Okay, I'm from here. Like, okay, you're not.
And were you sure you were talking to?
That's what I'm saying. Don't do that. Don't do it. But
So where'd you go to school, Marcela? Did you go to school here in Laredo?
so originally I lived in Laredo until 4th grade. And it was not until 4th grade that I moved to Laredo. I went here in elementary and then United Middle, Alexander High School, TMU, and yay!
What's the difference between Laredo and Laredo school?
You know what? I mean, the school I went to in Laredo, El Royal, Orgullo Royal, como yo siempre digo. It was an amazing school. It taught me so much English, which allowed me to make that transition so much easier. But at the same time, it was kind of like hard, you know, because it's completely, even though we're a border town, sometimes like within school systems and all that, it's a completely different system, right? So it's like adjusting to like a whole different culture where, you know, you have this, and like, for instance, in Mexico, it's como Festival de esto, Festival del Día de las Madres, Festival de la, Festival de esto, and it's like so many like that, and coming here and just, poof, it was like, oh, kind of tough, but.
So you went to school in Laredo and here. You were born in Laredo, right? You said?
I was born here.
Oh, you were born here.
I was born here in
I
Laredo.
heard you say you say you're from Laredo, but you have a Mexican heart.
Sí, sí, siempre le he dicho a ellos, ya tengo el orgullo, mira, he puesto.
I mean, do you have a hard time trying to decide, do I want to say I'm from Laredo, or I mean, you say I'm from Laredo, but I'm Mexican at heart.
Right.
All
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Every time someone asks me, like, ¿de dónde eres, Marcela? Yo siempre digo, yo soy de Laredo. Pero los dos Laredos, o sea, para mí es como, o sea, soy de Laredo porque Laredo, no Laredo, ¿sabes? It's the same thing for me, right? So
let's go back to 4th grade. I know. So Snapchat, you want to meet somebody. You're what? How old at this point? 10, 11?
But 10, 11.
10, 11.
Yeah.
Now you got to involve your parents, right? What was their first reaction?
They were like, ¿qué, mijita? Como de que, ¿cómo? O sea, pero ¿quién es esta niña? My mom was so scared. She was like, ¿cómo? O sea, you've been talking to her online. She couldn't believe it. She understood me. Yeah, and of course she got my phone and she like it wasn't a phone, it was an iPod back then. And she went through it and she was like, I cannot believe you've been doing this. So I showed her the account I had. And it's crazy, remember, because every time I opened Instagram, full blown up notifications. It was crazy. The DMs were so many. And it got to the point even where, and it's so, I was a child, I guess. Like, you don't think business wise and all that stuff. It got to me so much that when I moved to middle school, it was a lot of work that I had to put into the account. And that's the truth. Like, my parents would always see me on the iPod and all that stuff, but I think they thought I was like playing games and all that stuff.
I'm saying, like, they found out you want to meet this girl, but how do they react to the fact that you've had this account that has so many followers? How many followers did you have, you think?
I had 100K followers.
Okay, so what did
over 100K.
that out?
And it was the only account I had because since we had a community, I would also help other friends, like Rebecca from Ciudad de Mexico. She had another account which was named I Pro Edit App, and that one had over 120K followers. So that's how we would manage like apps, I mean, Instagram accounts and all that stuff. It was crazy. I love that community. But yeah, when I told my parents, they were like in misbelief. But they were like, what? No, they did not. They were very understanding, but they were like, you need to tell us. You know, you cannot be doing all of this stuff.
Did they get involved at that point in any way, or
No.
still continue to do it on your?
No, because you know what? I always remained anonymous.
Oh.
Like the
You remain anonymous. I mean, weren't you coming out on camera?
no.
Oh, you weren't.
Mm-mm.
Why thought you were? That you were shooting videos of yourself.
I don't know.
So what were you posting?
I like how to edit this kind of video, how to jailbreak your iPhone.
How to what? That's just that. Hey, it's just
Back then, yeah.
See, so I'm already into. I thought you were shooting videos of yourself.
No.
This was an account that showed people how to edit.
Yes.
videos?
How to edit videos, how to post this, I would like tell them, okay, this app is for free only today in the App Store. Like I'm telling you, like the app developers would reach out to me and they would tell me like, we're putting this app for free today. Like, could you promote it? Could you sponsor it? La, la, la. And I would do that. I would be like, okay, so this app today only, make sure you take advantage of that, and I would post it. And then how to do this, how to do that, you know, how to do this trick and la 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 la.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little shocked because I thought we were gonna come in here and you were gonna talk about how you used to love being in pageants and things like that. There's a get whole full-fledged business going on at 9, and you were raking in the Starbucks gift cards and the iTunes gift cards. So I'm a little taken aback here.
And you know what? It was so funny because back then, oh my God, I'm not supposed to say this, but back then, where it was like, so before you could jailbreak your iPhone, you know, and like iPhone now and Apple has evolved so much where you can now customize it. You can customize your home screen. You can change this, the font, la 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 la. Back then you couldn't. So you had to jailbreak your iPhone in order to do it. And there was also this app named Feature Points. Uh-huh. They reached out to me to promote them. And that one, it was like a software you needed to install in, like within the iPhone. And then you would get points, you would earn points. So from there you could even earn money from like downloading apps and doing this and doing that. It was like crazy. And like
How were you managing school? Like how
I know.
grades?
I was so good at school. And yeah, I know, but I loved school so much. Going back to when I moved from Nuevo Laredo to Laredo, it was kind of more tough for me on like leaving my friends behind.
Yeah.
Started making new friends. I've always been like a very hee 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 ha, ha,
Really?
friendly person. Yes, a friendly person, but it was kind of hard. I mean, because like new school system, right? So within that transition, en el colegio que yo estaba, like across in Nuevo Laredo, it was a private school. So they taught us like a lot of English and all that stuff. So when I moved to Laredo, yes, that was kind of hard, but at the same token, it wasn't, because I remember Miss Martinez, she was my fourth grade teacher. She was like, I cannot believe Marcela is getting so like, she's so good at English and reading, and her AR points back then, I don't know if they still have it. It was like an AR point system. She was like, she's so ahead and she's going through Six Flags because of the AR point system, and you guys are not going. Like, and she just moved from Mexico.
By the way, we're talking to Marcela Delgado on Made in Laredo. She's our first guest. Made in Laredo is a production of the Computer Shop Laredo, and we're happy to have Marcela. We're talking about her career, which has been a rather short one, but a really successful one already.